In today's webinar, we're going to be exploring how Product Lifecycle Management, or PLM, can help your organization tackle real-world challenges that you're facing. Rather than looking at PLM as just a system or a tool, we're going to focus on how it supports the way your products are developed, delivered, and maintained. So our goal in this presentation today is to show how lifecycle management can strengthen collaboration between your teams, improve clarity, and ultimately make it easier for your teams to bring high quality products to market with confidence. So let's start with a bit of a quick overview of what PLM really means. Think of it as a place where all the people, data, and processes involved in creating a product come together. It supports everything from the first sketch of an idea through design and manufacturing, all the way to service and end of life. The real value is that it gives teams one shared space to collaborate. This means fewer silos, fewer mistakes, and ultimately faster decision making. With PLM, we improve a company's quality, helping you stay compliant, innovate more easily, and reduce both time to market and cost. In short, it helps us smarter across the entire product journey. Now, this slide highlights what many organizations experience today. Information is scattered across different teams, systems, and tools. Sales, engineering, manufacturing, procurement, quality service, and suppliers all have their own systems and formats. The problem is that these systems generate their own versions of documents, spreadsheets, emails, and files. And because nothing is connected, information moves around in a really chaotic way. This makes it hard to know what's accurate, what's up to date, and who's working from which version. It slows things down, increases risk, and creates confusion about the business. When that flow works well, products move cleanly from concept to delivery. But when it breaks down, that's where delays, risks, and inefficiencies tend to appear. Now, this is where you want to go. This is what digital transformation using PLM looks like. Data and process management are at the center, centralizing your workflows and giving access to the most up-to-date information when and where it's needed. So PLM, Product Lifecycle Management, gives you a controlled and connected flow of information across your product processes. So it'll link requests, decisions, and outcomes so nothing gets lost or disconnected along the way. And the benefit is that your development efforts stay aligned with what the business needs, rather than being driven by assumptions or outdated information. And because everything is captured and traceable, you get full visibility and accountability throughout the process. So when we talk to engineering organizations, we constantly hear about a number of shared challenges. These were the ones that we kind of put in the poll before. They're not unique to any one company, and these issues tend to be reflected across the entire industry right now. The first set of challenges it centers around product performance and competitiveness, improving product quality and reducing time to market and controlling rising costs. That's really an important one at the moment. At the same time, many teams are trying to meet increasing demands, sustainability targets, and so on, whilst pushing for higher levels of automation across their operations. Then there's the regulatory side. Compliance requirements continue to evolve, and managing them effectively takes a coordinated effort and reliable data. On top of that, many businesses now operate globally, which means collaboration must work seamlessly across sites, partners, and different time zones. And of course, supply chains remain a major focus, ensuring they're resilient, transparent, and efficient enough to support the pace of development and production of your products. These challenges are real and they're interconnected. The goal of our discussion today is to show how a modern PLM approach can help address each of these areas in a structured, sustainable way. So we've kind of established the pressures that exist, pushing down your profits, eating into resources, and so on. But it might surprise you to hear that you already have most of the requirements you need to start easing these pressures. In our experience, a core driver in reducing those stains on your operations is to make it easier for your teams to share and access your data. This one change connects people and joins up your processes, which will help alleviate some of those stresses in our list. And it's not just us saying this. There's an IDC report that says 80% of the data you compile is going unused. Now, this is not unuseful data. It's just being locked away. It's not being channeled to the right people at the right time. PLM will improve your people's access to your data, connecting your teams, and streamlining your workflow. So, integrating PLM makes your teams more efficient, makes sure their goals are aligned, and it boosts their productivity. There's another survey, this one by Alton, and this recently reported that engineering teams are losing up to 30% of their operational hours to non-productive data work. So this is time searching for, or maybe validating, or recreating information that already exists but is locked away. This information, you'll find it in CAD files, Excel spreadsheets is a really big one for us, but it might also be in your existing systems like ERP and CRM. And there are dozens of other locations scattered across your company where data is not being shared or it can't be easily located or retrieved. This is the definition of a siloed system. It's an operation filled with segregated processes, disconnected people, and hidden information. This unshared or hard to find data is stopping your people from finding the information they need when they need it. And many engineering companies are still relying on outdated or non-specialized tools to drive their core activities. So examples of this, and we all struggle with this, Excel spreadsheets, folders on different drives. These legacy systems and processes are all being used to drive complex, high-value data and workflows. And the numbers speak for themselves. 51% of companies have reported using these outdated tools to communicate with their suppliers and manufacturing teams. More than half of companies are still managing valuable resources using spreadsheets, emails, and meeting notes. And perhaps the most alarming is the fact that 74% of data errors are first being noted downstream, which is when mistakes are usually the most expensive to fix. These tools are just not fit for a modern engineering company. But PLM is. It's specifically designed to connect people, processes, and data that make your company tick. When we look at day-to-day operations, a few challenges come up time and time again. Data stuck in silos, which naturally leads to bottlenecks in the process. Teams struggle to share information easily, so a lot of time gets spent on repetitive manual tasks just to keep things moving. On top of that, collaboration becomes harder when information isn't flowing smoothly, and supply chain issues can quickly add even more pressure. These challenges aren't unusual, they're the reality for many organizations, and they're exactly the areas where PLM can bring structure, clarity, and control. So, how does a PLM solution solve these problems? When we look at all those operational challenges we talked about, the data silos, the bottlenecks, the manual work, the collaboration gaps, and so on, PLM steps in to bring order to that. So the first thing that it delivers is a single source of truth. Instead of information being scattered across different tools or teams, everyone is working from the same consistent set of data. From there, PLM helps automate workflows and processes. This means fewer manual handovers, fewer delays, and more confidence that the right steps are being followed every time. It also enables controlled data distribution. The right information goes to the right people at the right time. No more hunting around for files or wondering if you're working on the latest version. Repetitive manual tasks get replaced with automated data exchange, which not only saves time, but also reduces mistakes. On top of that, PLM provides a shared platform for change and collaboration. Teams can work together more easily, stay aligned, and manage updates in a structured way. And finally, it strengthens supplier integration, helping you manage external partners with the same clarity and control you expect internally. In short, PLM helps move from chaos to clarity, connecting people, data, and processes so your organization can operate more efficiently and confidently. Right. So now we've talked about the challenges, that look at what PLM actually brings to the table in a practical day-to-day sense. So in the blue, you can see the core PLM capabilities. These are two key components: document management and BOM management. Surrounding these core features and shown here in green are change management, project management, new product introduction, and requirement management. These are the building blocks that keep data organized, controlled, and traceable. Within PLM, these capabilities come together to support different business processes. So, managing changes, handling quality issues, tracking requirements, organizing new products, or supporting suppliers. On the right, PLM integrates with the wider business platforms and that you already rely on. So your CAD, your PDM tools, Inventor and Vault, for example, ERP systems for finance and production, and CRM systems for sales. Instead of working in isolation, PLM becomes the bridge that links everything together. Right, so let's look at an actual practical example now. When design make changes to the products models, they do so to an instruction to carry out the work. So there is something that happens before our CAD engineers get involved with their tasks. This example shows how a change is raised, creating an instruction for the design department to update the product's CAD model based on a clearly documented set of instructions, which in turn are based on a documented requirement or problem. So that's our change management. We have an instruction here. The work is then done in CAD, PDM, and that information, once completed, is automatically synchronized to the PLM solution, which hosts the bill of material. The newly updated BOM is reviewed against the same change instruction, and if the approval process passes, that information can then be automatically synchronized to ERP for production, procurement downstream of the design phase to carry out their roles and responsibilities. But how does this affect the wider business? We'd looked at engineering then, but let's take a step back and understand why that change was raised in the first place. So this is a real world example that we have a number of customers that have kind of driven this kind of requirement with us. Goods inwards carry out an inspection, and in this case, our inspection fails. The results of the inspection are logged in PLM. A non-conformance is raised to formulate a response to the failed inspection. This is automatically created from the inspection and sent to the quality department for review. Upon review, it's decided that the supplied parts are not to the required standard and therefore an alternative is needed. As this decision may involve production, procurement, and engineering, all participate in the decision-making process. An engineering change request is raised to review what actions need to be carried out. A decision is made then to use an alternative part that requires a minor change to the product design. So in this case, an ECO is raised, an engineering change order is raised to instruct the various parties of the required change. Now that change might involve working with other suppliers or, in my case, updating the product design. After the work is completed, the BOM is updated. Again, maybe it's an internal update, maybe it's an external supplier that carries that update. And before the BOM is reviewed and approved and the data is synced with ERP, we can then pass the change order now back to the same approval team who will confirm its completion. And in this example, because quality are involved, we'll close off the kind of the quality circle by shutting down the non-conformance that was raised earlier, because now we've got a fully auditable end-to-end process that started with a failed inspection, resulted in a quality process being initiated, but now the work has been done, we've got that auditable history of change to the product. So let's look at a slightly more commercial example. In this scenario, the company has been tasked with delivering a specific project for a customer. The process starts by syncing the CRM system to initiate the project, then defining a clear, agreed upon set of requirements and managing the full delivery of that project within PLM. Now, of course, customers always change their mind, they don't stand still. So at this point, we need to factor that into the process. What happens when a change to the requirements inside when a change happens to the requirements inside PLM, it can automatically trigger a request back to the sales team to review the commercial agreement with the customer. That way, nothing gets missed. The commercial and technical sides of the business stay aligned. PLM makes those changes, they're fully documented, and the technical and commercial impacts are all fully understood. And all of those updated details flow downstream to the wider team. So everyone stays informed, the customer gets transparency, and the project stays on track, both technically and commercially, even when things change. So why do companies invest? Well, I think hopefully we kind of proved that to a certain degree. Improved collaboration and data management. Because we centralize product data across different departments, we reduce duplication and ensure everyone works with accurate, up-to-date information. We can provide a faster time to market because we're streamlining workflows, approvals, and change management. We'll enable teams to innovate more quickly and get products to customers sooner. We can enhance the product quality and compliance because we've got integrated processes like corrective actions, preventative actions, audits, and testing. All we can factor all of that into product development, helping ensure regulatory and industry compliance with traceable records. Cost reduction and efficiency. We reduce rework, scrap, and errors caused by miscommunication or outdated data. This improves the reuse of designs and components, lowering R&D and procurement costs. And finally, better decision making and visibility provides real time insights into product performance, development status, and costs. We support strategic strategy decisions about product portfolios, sustainability, and end of life planning. Right. I guess the final slide now, really, before questions and answers. If you're interested, and you want to speak to me a little bit further about this and see what we can do for yourselves, please scan the barcode that should be on the screen as we speak, and we can then engage in a slightly more detailed conversation than we've got time for today.